More signals
Okay. Okay.
combined in different ways. Uh, Location-based service. Where did you connect to through Wi-Fi when you
Gotcha.
connect to the web? Are you at where you're claiming to be at? Uh,
Right.
right? Uh, you've just uploaded a picture to the web of uh, apple pie you're eating at a restaurant. It's in Peoria, and you're in Pennsylvania.
Mm,
It's not happening.
right. Right.
Right. hmm You're driving down the road, and your phone's sending uh, information about how fast you're traveling. If you slow down, whatever. Uh, we're going to have smart self-driving cars, or cars that, if they aren't self-driving, at least have some autopilot element to them, and sensors that keep them from crashing into other cars by communicating, uh, pinging, reaching out to those other cars.
Well,
Uh,
they're doing that with planes now, aren't they? Where you autopilot, a lot of these big jet airliners. I mean, I can't imagine doing that in traffic, but who knows? I mean, you already have cars that are self-parking.
right.
So,
The,
yeah, yeah, interesting.
the military actually does that. Military actually has something in field ops that allows connectivity between two vehicles to
hmm
coordinate their placement, to ensure that one vehicle is never in the line of fire of the other, to ensure that they're on the same plane. Uh, they've been doing that for 5 or 6 years that I'm aware of in
Mm,
Afghanistan. Okay, the technology is there. What
right.
is readily and cost effectively adoptable is always another issue. What's publicly available is always another issue. But
Yeah,
certainly the
but
technology
we
is
all
there.
know with time things become more affordable for the general public. I mean, with
Sure.
anything, TVs, with phones, with toasters, all of that. But that is
Yep.
interesting. That usually once the military, and I wouldn't be surprised if Google wasn't the one helping them with that. Or had some, because I know they do work in stealth mode with the government on a lot of different things.
hmm
No, it is, especially now. I still have a huge interest in voice activation, and just because I still think human behavior and especially culture, because I work with a lot of international clients, Italiani, Francesi, different way of searching, different way of speaking. One word might mean something here where we already know the American language is used across the board. For example, marketing strategy is used as marketing strategy, in a lot of countries because it's a pretty generic term. So I can imagine when the voice really takes off, whether it's on mobile or on search, on Google. And I know they're working on different patents with that. So,
hmm There's one from Google on speech recognition that uh, looks at what people researching in that area considered noise a few years ago.
oh wow, wow,
Okay,
Mhm.
like accents. Yeah, that word was really card, but the person said cod. Uh,
oh wow.
Tells Google this person might be from New England or Massachusetts
Mhm.
or whatever,
Mhm.
and we're
Yeah, I guess
going.
that sounds Boston to me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're gonna re-rank the search results uh, to show the things that might be more appropriate to them. Uh, Google came out with somebody from Google published a white paper about a month or so ago that discussed uh, the difference between consumer and military heads-up displays, where they don't have actual glass lenses, where you have the framework and you have the little thing that hides in the corner, and that's to make people comfortable during social situations with other people. those aren't the same type of social situations you might have during warfare, where it isn't necessarily talking, negotiating may not necessarily be the focus of your activities and actions, but maybe targeting, helping target a point where missiles might go is something.
Right. Well, let me. Our time is kind of winding down, so let me just ask a real question that I know some of our readers will be curious. How and what are some of the most important takeaways, if you will, whether it's a small B2B or B2C? What are some takeaways of where and how the internet is changing that they can implement today? I mean, you might have one, two. I don't want you to give away your trade secrets, but just, you know, something that they can walk away with and say, oh, okay, well, then let me try this and see what happens.
Okay, so I'm a big believer in creating content that actually is about something. And a lot of the patents I've seen over the last 5-6 years, at least, from Google, talks about things like related words that show up in the same query result that indicate that something is more likely about something than not. So if I write a web page on baseball stadiums, and I do a search on Google for baseball stadiums, and I start going through the top 10, 50, 100 results for that, I'm going to see a lot of the same words or phrases appearing over and over and over again. Under a phrase-based indexing approach, those are related words. Those words that tend to co-occur are phrases. And if I take a number of those, not all of them, because then it looks like I'm a scraper, right, and I'm spamming. But if I take a number of those and I add them to my page in meaningful ways, that's something that could potentially boost my page in the rankings for the original query term. Okay. The patent I just wrote about talks about co-occurring words within search results as well, but for substitute queries, terms that Google might see as so similar that I do a search for the two-word term French Open, and I do the same search for French Open as one word with no space. It's not compounded. And look at the words that appear in the top 10, top 50, top 100 results. I'm going to see a lot of the same co-occurring words and phrases as well. And Google's going to say, let's show results for both when somebody searches for one of those. They may not be in exactly the same order, but let's show them for both. So those aren't exactly synonyms of each other, but as Google called them, they're substitute queries. So understanding the fact that if you optimize a specific page for a specific term or phrase, there might be other words or phrases that are very close. Even if we talk about synonyms, you search for auto repair, and Google's going to show results for car repair. You know, it used to be a one-to-one keyword matching. Let's try to find the pages and rank the pages that most closely that most closely match the query phrase within documents, within the title of the document, the main heading, maybe a secondary level heading, the content of the page, the alt text for a picture, the file name for the page, the file name for the picture, the file name for a video, if you pull one of those on there too. So yeah, I mean, having important words in prominent places has been an idea that's been around for a long time. the old term frequency, inverse document frequency. You have words that tend not to appear on the web a lot, so they're rarer words, and you use that word on a page a number of times. That helps it become more relevant for that. If we look at Google's Reasonable Surfer patent, where the patent talked about how links may carry different amounts of weight based upon a combination of features. Where they're located in a page, are they in the main content area, or are they in the header or footer? Are they the same color text as all the text surrounding them and undecorated, or are they bright red with double underlines? Assuming the bright red with double underlines would probably give it more weight because they're saying, hey, this is important. Same with looking at those types of features for relevance on a page. If there's boilerplate on the site and the same copyright footer from one page to the next, the words within that don't carry as much weight as unique text in the main content area on a page. So words tend to be powerful, but they're losing the exact, we want to see this word. And Google's saying we can find words that are so similar that we're going to show results for both. So when you optimize for a keyword, be careful about the other words that you're using on the page and try to include related words. Those related words may also, and I talked about the Reasonable Surfer model because links can carry different amounts of weights. Under the phrase-based indexing patents, those related words are words that tend to co-occur a lot when you do a search for a particular query term. They may carry more weight if they're more related. They may carry less weight if they're not very related. So read more or click here isn't going to be related. If you're writing a article about let's go back to baseball stadiums, and you use a anchor text and a link for home plate. That's a word that showed up in a lot of the results for baseball stadiums. So it's a related word. So it carries much more weight than something that may be absolutely neutral, like a click here. I appreciate the chance to talk with you both. First time, so this is the future of the web too. You will talk to people from distant lands face to face.
I'd like to make this, the first of many. This is something that I think a lot of people have interest in. Where are we going with what are the potential developments and what may already be in progress? I'll let Gabs take it. My ISP is apparently going south on me.
Well, I'm not sure what Doc was going to say, but I want to take the time to thank you very, very much, Bill. I know you've got a busy day, and we've touched on a lot of things, and I'm sure we're going to probably have a lot of questions. My issues are, dealing with clients that are more international based and what they should look at and how they should get there. So again, thank you so very much. And if we have any questions, I'm sure we'll come back to you and ask. And until then, enjoy the rest of your week. And thanks a lot for listening, guys. Listening or listening? God, so I can't even speak.